when fourth graders get to measuring angles, they're going to be using what is called a protractor. This is a protractor. It's in a half circle. And if you notice, is a 0 on this side and there is a 0 on this side. You use the 0 depending on where the angle is opening up. Sometimes they open up going left, sometimes they open up going right. This center point right here is where you want to line up the corner or the vertex of the angle, so you can start right at 0 and then measure up to the degree. When we start talking about angles, we first start by classifying them based on their measurements. So there are 3 major types of angles. Our first angle is a right angle. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees. It is a corner. We teach students to look for these clue marks. Any right angle will have a little square. They can always hold up an L, or they can take another piece of paper and just hold it up to that angle. And if it matches the corner, we know it is exactly 90 degrees. An acute angle is any angle that is less than 90 degrees. So I know my 90 degrees would be an exact corner. This is clearly less than my 90, so 89 degrees, acute angle, 70 degrees, acute angle. Our last type of angle is an obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees, but it is less than 180 degrees. 180 degrees is a straight line. So I also, if I imagine my right angle mark, this is beyond it. So 91 degrees would be an obtuse angle. 110 degrees would be an obtuse angle. Anything greater than 90 but less than 180. All right, so now we have 2 angles. We are going to use our protractor to measure. So looking at this first angle, it has A, so I can call it angle A, and it wants me to figure out how many degrees angle A is. So just from making an observation, I know it's going to be an acute angle because, again, if I imagine that this line is there for my 90 degrees, it's not past and it's not at my 90 degrees. So it's going to definitely be less than 90 degrees to be acute. So I want to make sure that I line up my center point with my angle. So I'm starting right at 0, and then I can line up with the line. And since I'm starting with 0, I want to make sure I am not looking at the 100 number degrees. I want to make sure I am looking 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and we can say this angle is about 52 degrees. And you just put the little circle mark for degrees. All right. Looking at our next angle, I can again tell this is going to be an obtuse angle because if I imagine my 90 degree line right here, my angle is definitely past that, and this is going to be angle B. So we are going to figure out how many degrees angle B is. Again, I'm going to line up my center right here. It is opening from the right, heading left. So again, I'm going to be using the 0 on the right side. And here's my marker, 130. And we're going to say that this angle is about 132 degrees. Don't forget that little degree symbol. Another skill that fourth graders are going to be utilizing, they are going to be adding and subtracting angle lengths. So we're going to first take a look at this example. So this example has a few more points on it with a few more letters. So the entire angle itself is DEF or FED. And then inside that angle, I have 2 other angle measurements. So it's asking me what is the measurement of angle DEG, and I need a degree. So DEG is this angle right here. So again, looking at my angle as a whole, I know that it's going to be 90 degrees because it is a corner. It makes a right angle, a little right corner. If GEF is 60 degrees, and my entire angle is 90 degrees, I need to find the difference, and that will give me this missing angle right here. So I'm going to take my 90 degrees, and I'm going to subtract 60, and that leaves me with 30, which means angle DEG is about 30 degrees. And to double check my work, I'm going to do 60 plus 30, and I should get 90, which I do. And our last example, again, I have an larger angle, I have JKL, and then I have two angles in between JKL. It's asking me what is the measure of JKL in degrees. So since JKM and MKL are inside JKL, I can take my 25 degrees and my 45 degrees and put them together. So I'm going to use addition to find the total degree measurement. So I can take 45 plus 25. 5 plus 5 is 0, plus 1. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 70. So JKL, 70 degrees.